Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing around the music world lately. Phil Collins, the legendary drummer and singer, recently shared some thoughts about Taylor Swift that I find absolutely fascinating. And no, it's not just another celebrity praising another celebrity. There's something deeper here that's worth unpacking. So, let's start with the hook. What happens when a rock icon like Phil Collins is completely blown away by a performance from a then up-and-coming Taylor Swift? What does that tell us about music, talent, and the timelessness of a great song? First off, Phil Collins isn't just any musician, he's a rock and roll Hall of Famer, a songwriter's songwriter, and someone who's been in the industry for decades. So when he says something catches his attention, it's worth listening to. He first encountered Taylor Swift back in 2010 at the Songwriters Hall of Fame induction ceremony, introduced by none other than his daughter, Lily Collins. Now, what's interesting here is the timing. Taylor wasn't the global phenomenon she is today. She was still carving her path, and yet, Phil was already picking up on something special. What really grabbed me was his reaction to her performance of White Horse. He said it blew him away completely. Think about that for a second. This is a guy who's seen and heard it all, from the Beatles to The Who, from Stevie Wonder to the Beach Boys. And yet, here's Taylor, just her and a guitar, delivering a song that cuts straight to their heart. Personally, I think what makes this moment so powerful is the simplicity. In an era where production can often overshadow raw talent, Taylor's ability to strip it all back and let the song speak for itself is a masterclass in artistry. Now, let's talk about White Horse itself. Released in 2008 on her Fearless album, it's a song about heartbreak and the harsh realization that love isn't always a fairy tale. What many people don't realize is that this song is a perfect example of Taylor's instinctual songwriting talent. She's said herself that no one taught her how to write songs, it just comes naturally. And that's what Phil Collins picked up on. He didn't just hear a good song, he heard a songwriter who could tap into universal emotions with stunning clarity. What this really suggests is that great music transcends generations and genres. Phil Collins, a guy who's been in the industry since the 1970s, found a connection with a song written by someone who was barely out of her teens at the time. That's the power of music, right? It doesn't matter if you're a rock legend or a pop superstar, when the songwriting is genuine, it resonates. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Phil Collins has had his own share of struggles, from health issues to addiction, and yet, he's still out here appreciating and celebrating other artists. In my opinion, that speaks volumes about his character. It's easy to get caught up in your own world, especially when you've achieved so much, but Phil's willingness to acknowledge and praise someone like Taylor Swift shows a humility and openness that's rare in this industry. If you take a step back and think about it, this story is about more than just a song. It's about the legacy of music, the passing of the torch from one generation to the next, and the timeless quality of a well-crafted lyric. Phil Collins has a soft spot for White Horse, and honestly, I get it. It's one of those songs that sticks with you, not because of its production or its hype, but because of its honesty. So, what's the bigger takeaway here? For me, it's this: music is a conversation that never ends. Phil Collins and Taylor Swift, despite their different eras and styles, are part of the same dialogue. And that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about one artist praising another, it's about the enduring power of music to connect us, to move us, and to remind us of what truly matters. As we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this thought: what's the song that's left a soft spot in your heart? Is it something from your childhood, or maybe something you discovered recently? Music has this incredible way of sticking with us, of becoming the soundtrack to our lives. And whether you're Phil Collins or just someone who loves a good tune, that's something we can all relate to. So, here's to the songs that blow us away, the artists who inspire us, and the moments that remind us why music matters. What's your White Horse? Let me know in the comments below.